Hello and welcome to the repairing of this separate blower. Yes, it is a fan box for the Separette Villa 9000 toilets. Now, this particular one has been taken apart several times. I've had to replace this fan several times. Yes, there should be a fan in there. But what we've done is we took it apart in the previous video. I've now cleaned it up within reason. Okay? And we're going to replace the fan because that's buggered. Yeah, that one doesn't work anymore. No, it's broken. But we do need this bit. Okay? We're going to need this foam on the side here. That we are. So we need to take that off there. Alright? But you see, what we also need is a new fan. Yes, I have bought a new fan. Yes, I've been splashing out. It cost a fortune, it did. Yes, €6. Yeah, expensive, isn't it? You know. And this one is by Thermal, right? And apparently, they have a little bit of an issue with people defrauding them, making fake fans. I don't understand why they would bother, quite frankly, because they could just put their own name on it. Why would you? Anyway, yeah, they've got this little scratch and sniff thing on it. What's that all about? Right? Why would companies do that? Go to all that effort to fake a fan when these things are as cheap as chips anyway, and quite frankly, well, just put your own name on it. Doesn't make any sense. It's a fan, you know? Well, I have to admit, this fan feels really robust. But you see, there's a couple of things I need to make sure. Because this is a computer fan. And it has more than one wire. It has 4 wires. Whereas the original fan here, including the last computer fan, had 2 wires. Really simple. So we need to find out which 2 wires are the positive and negative to make the fan spin. Well, see, the other 2 wires, one's going to be a control wire from the computer, the other one's going to be like a tacho wire to tell the computer how fast the fan is turning. Yeah. Sometimes you need extra equipment on your computer to run it with a 4-wire fan. I don't know why you'd bother, to be honest, but there you go. Go analog. Simples. I like simples, me. You see, so we need to establish where the live and neutral is. Otherwise, we could blow it up. I don't want to blow it up, no. Now, over there, I have a balanced power supply over here. And these are the 2 wires that provide around, well, at the moment it's set to 11.13 volts. It's just random. But it's enough to make this spin. And that's all I'm worried about. Okay? I don't want too high voltage because then I'm going to cook on it. And I don't want to cook it. No. Don't be silly. Now, I made these little fly-lock wires here. So we're going to put one in there like so. It make more sense that one was actually red and one was black, really, wasn't it? You know, but it make life a little bit easier to recognise which is which. All right, they're in there like so. All right, hopefully they'll stay in there. And I need to poke them in these holes. All right. Now the problem is you've got to be careful. If you put them in the wrong holes, that's going to start smoking. All right, and you don't want your fan to start smoking. It's not healthy. No, smoking it is never a good idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke one in one hole, just for the hell of it. Hopefully it won't go bang, right? And then this other one here we're going to poke in the other hole. Now I have been playing back with this, but I've already forgotten which hole's a hole. I know there's somewhere in the middle, but I don't know which way round they are. Oh, that's pretty good. My power supply just flashed. It's going the correct way. Is it travelling the right way? It's going that way, which means if it's going that way, it's going to be blown towards me. And I'm looking at the arrows on here, you see. It's saying it should be travelling in that direction and towards me. So I think that is correct. Well, that was lucky. Right, let's put it back in the hole again. God, I've got a terrible memory I have. Because I suffer with fibromyalgia and you get brain fog. You might notice. Alright, so it should be blown towards me, which it is. So I'm quite happy that I know which wire is which. Now, I don't want all this plug arrangement going on here. It's not needed. So I'm going to get rid of it. That's what I'm going to do. I am going to chop the wires. There's 2 wires here that I definitely know I don't need. Right? And it's the 2 external wires. Alright, because I doubled up, you see, because I got like a 3-pin plug on there as well. You know, so got that plug as well as the 4-pin plug. So let's remove those for the moment. Because I know the 2 wires I want to keep are the 2 middle ones on here. Alright, I hope so. We'll test it again in a minute, in case I get that wrong. Alright, I'm not going to get rid of the wires, I just want to be able to just connect to the ones that I need to connect to. So, see that one there, I don't need. That one there, I don't need. Alright, so I'll just pull them back so they're out of my way for the moment. And then cut these 2 off. I know one's neutral and one's going to be live. I should have marked them, actually, shouldn't know which is which. So I have to test them again. Oh no, I chopped my wires. Right, so let's pull that off. Pull it off, there you go. Get that off there like so. Give it a little twist. And we're going to test them enough. It might be a good idea this time, alright, to actually mark the wires. Alright, so I know which ones are positive and which ones are negative. We don't need these fly leads anymore. Okay. Should be able to just connect. Don't know if it matters which way round they go, actually. But I thought it would do. Which way round was it last time? Not that way. So that's the wrong way round. You get it that way. Right, so that one's positive. Just, I don't know if you saw that, just start spinning. Let me just pull these apart now. They're too close together and it's making it very, very difficult to actually do what I need to do. I think that one was positive, wasn't it? Oh, I'll just drop that one in the back, send them away. Very fine wires. It's going to be a nightmare to solder these. Did it turn? Did it turn? Did it? I didn't see it turn. I was clipping away. Yep, so that's that way around. So that one's positive and that one's negative. So I'm just going to put a little bit of tape. I've got some little bit of tape there, just for marking purposes. So I know that that one is the positive. Okay. My next stage. Alright, now I know which way round they go. We'll test it again before I finalise it and start soldering it all together. But we need to insert this into the housing, which is here. Okay, that's why the camera's so far away. I've got to get that in as well. So I've got to put this in there first somehow. What way round does that go? Does it go that way round or that way round? So I want where's the exit hole? I've got to think about my exit hole for the wire. I don't want loads of wires dangling about all over the place. So I've got to think about where the wire's coming out. So it's going to be going that way. And it's got to face that way round. Because that is out. That's in. I want that on the other side of that. There you go. It's a bit like a high density foam arrangement. That's what mounts the fan. You're saying stops them from vibrating. Yeah, you don't want a vibrating fan. No. No. Keep that to the bedroom. Right. Wiggle that in so it kind of fits, sort of. Because this fan is it's much nicer than the other one. But I wish it'd fit a bit better, though. It's not fitting brilliantly well, I have to admit. I'm not going to mutilate the foam to suit. No, time that's squeezed in there and that's squeezed in there, that'll seal it, you see, once it's put into there. I'm assuming, yes, I know, assumption is the mother of all, you know what I mean. Right, now that should be that way round in there. Where's my slot? Right, that's got to go in there like so. Okay. And then we've got a hole down there, if you remember, where we've got a new socket going in. Do you know what? I was worrying about that flipping socket. And do you know what? It's on the other side. I threaded that through the wrong way. Oh dear. Never mind. I'll thread it back again. Right, we don't need all this length, obviously, because it's way too long at the moment, this cable. You could just tuck it a bit out of the way. But you don't have to. No. Alright, so we have to connect these two wires. That's all we've got to do. Have to be connected to a socket. Now, I don't even remember in my previous video. This is the socket. It doesn't work. No. There's no power getting through. It's all like corroded and gone nasty in that. It's a bit rubbish. Alright? So, I splashed out, I did. Yeah. I tell you what is rather silly, though. If I bought one of these, on its own, just that, okay? That, just that, alright? It was dearer than buying all them. Work that one out. It's nuts. Absolute nuts. And all I need is one of those. Yeah? We've got fly leads in there. We've got fly leads. We've got plugs and sockets, if you want it that way. But I'm going to wire in one of these little like skin fittings. Little socket. Alright? And I've got 10 of each for the same price that they were wanting for one of that. Yeah, that don't make no sense, does it? Where's the logic in all this? This was so cheap. Right. Do I need the little pluggy? Do I need that? No. Because it's going to be permanently plugged in. So I do not need that bit. All I want is this piece. Okay. Alright, and that is going to be mounted in this hole. Hopefully it's the right size. I haven't got to get a washer because I hadn't thought about that. Alright, let's pull that out of the way for a moment. Alright, it's just going to go in there like so. Oh. Scratch my microphone with my head. Alright, so that's going to go on there. There's a washer on stuck on there. What's that all about? Don't want that on there. What's that for? Stuck, I think. Let's get my little open. I'll see if that pops off. Or was it in the moulding? So it might be actually in the moulding. Shouldn't do this with my knife, by the way. Definitely not. Let's not do that with my knife. Quick way to bend the end. I'm going to leave that in. Alright, so that's the old one. And that's the new one. That's going to go on there like so. I'll leave that thing in there because, it's not doing any harm. And then I'm going to have to put this over the top of, and tighten it up on there. It's a bit fiddly, alright? But before I do all that, you don't want to get carried away. No. It's too easy to get carried away, alright? You need to make sure you thread your wires, through your holes first. Because if you don't do that, you've got a bit of an issue, ain't you? Alright? It'd be embarrassing. It would. Alright, so these two wires here we need. So I'm just going to peel all those back. Plenty of room. Make sure it's the right way round again. Yeah, that's the right way. So it's going to be going like so. That's about the right length. I don't want loads of slack in it. You got risk of that getting caught up in the fan, ain't you? You don't want that. So then we're going to thread these through that hole. Okay. So I want to thread that like that. I suppose would be easier. Thread it through the hole first. That's the faff of all this stuff. That's where it gets annoying. All right, like that. I'm going to double check my power again. Make sure I've got this the right way round. And then I've got my soldering iron over there. I better turn it on. It's a balanced power soldering iron. It's literally... Oh, good, it's plugged in. That's a good start. Let's put that to about 400 degrees. That should do it. I just realised I don't know if I've actually cleaned the tip of my soldering iron recently. Not really, no. It'll have to do. It will have to do. This is only a simple little job. Now, I need some helping hands. I can either use my helping voice over here, so I think we'll use my voice and that. Yeah, let's use that. It's an overkill. I like overkill. Yeah. What do you reckon? Is that an overkill? I think it is. Right. And somehow I need to hold that over there. Right. Grab my wires and stuff. Right. I can see a bit of an overkill. And I'm going to grab this and put that in there. Alright. I've got some little helping hands over there. Right, there you go. It's a bit more substantial though, isn't it? What do you reckon? Is this more substantial? I think so. I think it's more impressive. Right. The annoying thing here, right, is that obviously I've got to try and hold all this stuff. Not just that. Well, I can prop that up on something a bit better than that. Have I got a box I can put that on? No, I have got this. Yeah, a baking dish. That'll do it. I could use a long, to keep the wires long, I suppose, but I don't really want to keep them too long. No. Alright. So, I'm going to put these over here. Or that over there, or something like that. Okay. Oh, that's it. That's there. Alright. And we're going to wire them onto there. That's kind of the plan. Excuse me, I sneezed. Now I need these wires over here because I need to double check I've got these the right way around. I'm making a right faff for this, isn't I? Alright. Soldering is heated up, that's good. Before I do anything at all, what I'm going to do is, just unplug that. I'm going to grab one of these other wires, right? Plug it into there, right? That fly lead I got with it. I'm going to use that as my fly lead for testing. So let's just where's my wire cutters gone? I need my wire cutters instead of using these. It's all insulation and no wire on them. That's nuts. Right. It's obviously supposed to be neutral, and which is supposed to be live because it kind of tells you, that black is neutral, and the red is the live in this case. So I've got that plugged into my little socket. So I'm going to place my little socket back into the vice like so. So I've got a little bit more room to play with. So I need to work out which is positive, which is negative on here. You see as well. So it's quite awkward. I'm doing everything at arm's length to get underneath the camera. Right, I'm just going to test the fan, make sure I'm the right way around again. I'm paranoid, you might have noticed. So I'm just going to bend that around, make it easier, more to grip onto. And bend that one around as well. So we've got more for the little crocodile clip to grip onto, like so. And that's currently got 11.1 volts. You know, they go up to, well, actually that goes up to 30 odd volts, that thing does, but the fan itself is 12 volts. So let's make sure there's nothing in the way so it doesn't jam up on me. Just double check that's going to be running. And that I've got it the right way round. Right, I've got my that should be my live. Right, and that should be the neutral. So just there you go. It's running. Did you see that spin? I think it did. See, there you go. Oh, the wires are so thin, aren't they? Like I said, it's only running at 11 volts at the moment, so it's not going to be very fast. So that side here should be going to the live, and the other side should be going to the neutral. And we can double check that, you know, by using the ohmage on this meter. Right, so now if I grab these, as I put them together, that should go beep. See? Now if I put the live onto the live, onto here, okay, and then onto one of these connectors, see? There you go, that confirms it. Left hand side, this one here is live, and the one on the right hand side is not. Now I put it onto the neutral. Yep. Okay, so that's live and that's neutral. Now we need a little bit of solder, so let's grab some solder. I'm a little bit careful because these wires are thin. Okay, and I've got to tin that first, so that basically means let's put you down a little bit lower on this camera. Okay. We have a soldering here. And I'm really in a bit of a tit here. Got wires everywhere. Let's move all this stuff out of the way before I burn myself. Don't want to burn myself, no. It's not a good plan. Something's going on here. What's going on here? That's better. Okay. It's released. I've released the Kraken, just about. So, we have some solder. So I'm going to tin the end of the soldering and then tin these two connectors. Is it hot enough? Yeah, it's hot enough. Right, I've got to be quick with this. I was going to melt the plastic. There you go. Come on. It's more than I need. There you go. Remove some of that. I knew really wanted to tin it. But I've kind of like overdid it a little bit. And now we've got to think about the two wires coming out of the fan unit. We know which one's live. It's the one with the tape on. I want to pull this a bit tighter, but not too tight. Might have to just it's going to be a bit of a faff otherwise. So I might have to just literally just coil the wires up a little bit inside. Now that one's the live, which we know is that one there. So let's make sure we separate that from the other one so I don't get confused. Alright, so it's just this wire needs to go to the left. I think I'm just going to tidy the wires up inside because this is going to be a bit of a nightmare otherwise just to hold, isn't it? Will it stay put? Might do. Sort of. Right, I'm going to need to tin this as well. So I know that's alive, so I've just got to very carefully pull the insulation off, which I have, good, without damaging the strands inside. Oh, do I have to move this camera up a little bit? It's not focusing properly. There you go. Just twisting that. I wish I thought this through a bit better, you know. But where do you put this flipping thing with the fan unit? You know what I mean? Before making the actual video, I think that might have been a really wise idea. Right. Okay. Right, is there a better way of doing this? I'll tell you what I might end up doing here is putting this on its side, like so it holds us at the same time. Remember that is the live on the left, so that one needs to be tinned. That's a better idea. Good. Solder 9, solder. Okay. I was really ginger with this because these wires are so thin. Okay, so I'm now that you're going to solder that. There's too much solder on there. Let's get rid of that. I've got totally the wrong glasses on. It's not brilliant, but it's on there. Right, it's on there. So now I know the other end, which is this one here, which will be the neutral, that wire. I should really prepared myself better, shouldn't I? Okay. Do you know what I haven't done? Do you know what I haven't done? Oh, what an idiot. What did I say that I've got to do before I actually get to this stage? Right, I threaded it through the hole, didn't I? What didn't I thread it through? Oh, look, heating up. There you go. What didn't I thread that through? Let's mark that. Let's retape that again. So remember, it's a little bit less than that. Not tiny, but I do. What didn't I do? Well, I'll tell you what I didn't do. I didn't put the locking ring. I didn't thread that through, did I? Like an idiot. Right, so that's... I'm going to get rid of that one. I know that one's a wire I don't need. I know that's a wire I don't need. Leave. Yep. Okay. This is a wire I do need. This is the neutral. I'm going to thread it back through again and grab the fan. There's something I didn't do. Do you know what I didn't do? The locking ring. I did not thread the locking ring, the nut, over these wires before pushing it through the hole. So don't make that mistake that I just made. That's silly. It's easy done, mine, but it's still silly. Right. Just do there. Alright, I threaded that through there. And now I want to thread it back through this hole. How to make a short video long. That's how you do it. So it's effectively only two little where you go? In there like so. There we go. The fan unit under there. Right, that's okay. So now we've got to just literally just solder them onto that connector. And I'll put that there. Oh crikey, which is which? Will be the one I've soldered to, which I'm pretty certain is that one. Yeah. We'll find out in a minute, won't we? When we turn it on. So, let's do it again, shall I? What an idiot. Some mothers do have them. Don't they, eh? What am I like? Might be doing a better job of the soldering now, if I don't trap the wire again. There you go. There, stay put. Oh, that's better. That's better. Now, I just had a thought, okay? Now, you're going to think to yourself, crikey, what is this idiot doing? Because I might actually unsolder that again. There's a reason. There's something I think I should do with this. Now, there's a reason for that, because these wires are thin as hell. And weak and... yeah, they're weak and they're flimsy. So what I'm going to grab is... there we go. Some of these. These are shrink wrap, basically. So, going around the goosey push, what we're going to do is I'm going to shrink wrap them. So I'm going to take that bag off again now. Right? Because I'm very worried that, I'm not that worried, to be fair, but it just seems like a good idea. If I don't do this, what's going to happen then? Is that just going to go over there? Is it going to go over there? Yes. Good. It's just going to give it the ghost. The wire will. Because it'll be pulling and tugging. Well, it might be. Pulling and tugging on the vibration and what have you. Can you see my fingers? We can't, can you? Totally in the wrong place. Oh dear, I do apologise. I'm back again. There we are. Now we'll solder that back onto there. How to make it look difficult? There you go. This is a really easy job, really. So I haven't really thought it through, as you can probably tell. Oh shit. I'll have to retin that. That's good. Now what you don't want to do is slide the heat shrink over there while it's still hot. Because that'll start shrinking before you get a chance to actually do any good. So that's going to go slide over there for, yeah, that's, you want to get it over the actual connector. So slide that over there like that. Is that right on? Yeah, that's right over there. That's right over, that's good. So we'll shrink that in a moment. But first I want to solder this one on. Now I've done all the other faffy bits, this should go a little bit easier. And I'll grab the other piece of heat shrink before I get carried away, because that's what usually happens, and then I forget, don't I? Right, that's it, that's good. Be so careful you don't actually end up damaging the strands. Right, let's put it in there a little bit, just so I can tin the end a little bit. Stay. Doesn't want to stay. I'll do. No, it's not twisted around anymore. Twist it around basically, because what happens is you get those little strands, and when you tin it, it'll end up being like a fan. There's a couple of things I should have done before starting this. I should have tinned the end of the soldering iron, which I didn't do. It's a bit because I'm an idiot. So I just got rid of that blob off the end. It'd be too long. Now I'm going to solder that onto the side here. You know, of this little socket. You can get little push-on connectors if you want to. Little spade connectors. That's what they are basically on there. Little tiny little ones. I don't know if they're. I think they'd be reds if you could do that. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Nodule. That's on there. Then, before I get carried away, I need to slide that over there. It might be too much. There might be a bit of a blob on that. Blob of solder. So, yeah. Just slide it over, you see. See, what the problem is with heat shrink is you get like 2 times, or shrink 4 times its size. This is just like I think it's 2 or 3 times this particular heat shrink. If you if you say, okay, I'll just put some bigger heat shrink on. Well, if you do that, okay, yeah, let's say for example, I'm gonna choose that one, all right, yeah. Well, I ain't gonna shrink down far enough, and it's all be saggy, be like Nora Batty. Hopefully, I can get that over that one because it's quite a tight fit. Oh yeah, that's there. All right, let's just make sure that's good. Okay. I'm just going to use a little lighter. Just shrink that down. I might get a bit ahead of myself here because I haven't tested it yet. So just get rid of that. Right. So if I now, hopefully done this right. It'd be really annoying if I haven't, wouldn't it? You know, and embarrassing. You think, oh, this flipping idiot. Why am I watching him for? So for the comedy value, maybe. It's the comedy value. So I'll put on there. Oh, that looks hopeful. I have done it the right way round. My brain fog hasn't got the best of me. Not complete. Oh, good crikey. He chopped the fingers off. No, I don't think it's possible. Not with that fan anyway. So it's working, alright? So let's just unplug it, because we can do that now. Okay, I need to insert the little plug into the hole, like so, and then some blooming now I'm going to have to slide this over top of all these wires. Okay, and yeah, I've got to tighten this up somehow. It's a little tight, yeah, that little, yeah, that's really annoying. How am I going to do that? There's no room around it. See that, but there ain't. Oh, hang on, I might be doing it. I don't know. You want a special tool for that, don't you? Some sort of special tool. I'm not talking about me either. I know I'm a special tool, but is it start thread? Oh, start thread on. So I might be able to do that with some pliers. I'm guessing. Oh, don't know if I've done it. How tight do you need it to be? That's the thing, isn't it? So, pliers. Have I got? I did have some pliers in it, and where are they gone? What have I done with the pliers? Oh, yeah, there. They go in there though. There's enough room. Just some smaller ones, some long nose pliers or something. Can I get that in there? Yes, I can. Just about. Not ideal. Okay, that should be fine. Alright, so that is in there. The little socket and what have you. So hopefully I can now look at this and I can say to myself, what a mess. And it's got to go that way round because it's got a little arrow on the top there, you see. It means the thruster's going that way. It's going that way, that way, that way, that way. Yeah, out. Okay, let's move that over here. Right. I'm looking at this and I've got all this excess wire. I'm a bit worried it's going to go into the fan. So what I could do with that, I could tie up this holes where the old mountain screws are. So I could actually, if they go, will they go all the way around there? I'll tie wrap that onto there, then onto there, just to keep it out of the actual, let's go that way round, into there. Yes, that'll do it. So I'll just grab some little tiny tie wraps. There. Right, I should be able to just thread that through there, shouldn't I? I hope. It's a bit of a faff. Tell you what, if you get carpal tunnel syndrome, right, because you've been doing heavy work all your life and didn't really protect your hands as you should have done, just bear that in mind, you know. It's a nightmare, I'll tell you. Now, I've had the operation on both my hands, and to top it, I've got fibromyalgia, and that just makes everything difficult. That is correct, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. So let's take that out of the way. So nothing can go into the fan. Move them over there. Right, I've got these two wires here. They're only control wires. There's no voltage in them. It's just like one's a taco and that. If you want to, you can put a bit of tape on or something, or even a bit of heat shrink over there. Should we do that? I'll tell you what. Let's get pedantic. Let's put a little bit of heat shrink over the top of the end of the two spare wires. There's no real reason to do that apart from to be an idiot. That's a bit neater. Do you know what? I have actually got a little, like a hair dryer thing for this purpose. But I have to admit that's more fun. The flames, yeah. Just don't have anything flammable nearby because you know the flames and flammable liquids don't mix. No. Okay, that'll do. Right. Yeah, so I protected that, so that should be okay. Right, in it goes. Oh, I think there's somebody at the door. Is there somebody at the door? Oh, my little waddy dog's been a pain in the butt. He's been a pest. Right, so. So, I'll get this done and go and see to him, haven't I? I don't know why he's been pissed. Maybe that's what waddy dogs do. Alright, so that's it. Alright, so now what we've got is basically this clamshell arrangement here. That is a bit awkward, I have to admit, to get that to line up with the other side of the clamshell, because it's coming in at an angle, you see. And it can be a pain in the derriere. Alright, so you might want something to poke it about to get it in the right place. So, oh, that's it. That's there. Is it going together? Nearly. So that's a bit of a faff. It's actually a really easy job. Actually, I've made it look like a faff, if I'm absolutely honest. All right. So let's just double check. All right, because I get a bit nervous. I do. Now I can feel air coming out of this end. All right. How can I prove? A bit of paper. We'll do it. It's only a computer fan, but yeah. Oh, I'll turn the power up a little bit. Yes, that's working. See? Yeah. Cool. So air's coming out of there and it's been sucked in over here. So all I've got to do now is snap this together. Because these little unplug that. There's this one here, and I believe there's another one up here as well. There's two of them. So you've got to snap them together first. Okay. Right, so let's make sure. I'm just looking in the end to make sure it looks all good. As I think it does. Yeah. I can't see any problems there. No, that's good. That's all good. Alright, that's in there. That's in the right way round. But then we've also got a bolt. We've got this very long stainless steel nut and bolt. Now, I mentioned in the previous video that you've got to be a little bit careful because the actual, well, it's a bit stupid, if it makes any sense. The two fixtures that hold these bolts are mild steel that have been plated, and they rust. And the other one side completely out of rust and got stuck. So I had to force it. But no, well, actually, what I actually done, as you can see here, I had to cut through the base, which then cut through the bolt that mounted it down. Which isn't something I want to do, but I didn't have no choice. Do I damage this easily replaceable part, if I had to, or do I damage the toilet itself? So I decided to damage that piece. And I'm just going to replace the bolt. You know, it worked. So we've got that in there like so. So I'm just going to do this up. So there you go. That's how you can replace the long way, the long way round a fan unit in a separate villa toilet. And bear in mind, you have this gauze as well. Now, I did mention in the previous video. I've got several of these things now because I keep losing them. They fall off and end up in the in the bucket. And then you poop on top of it, and then lose it, and then you find it in your composting system later on. Yeah, and yeah, it's a nuisance. So what I do is we wrap it on, because the only time we need to remove that is usually when we do a service and what have you, and then I'll just take off and get a clean and what have you, because these can get a bit grimy. For some reason, I managed to put a hole in that one, so I need to do something about that. And you could use a bit of hot melt glue or something like that if you want to fill the hole. Because all these things cost blooming money. And if they fall off anyway, I don't want to keep blooming buying them. No. So anyway, we got the fan unit installed in the separate, fan box for the separate Villa 9000 toilet. It's pretty good, you know. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that now. We won't have a smelly toilet anymore. Sounds like a good idea, wouldn't you say? Anyway, don't forget to beat the like button and maybe subscribe to the channel. And, maybe even the little bell icon, so you get one fuzzy thing in your pocket every time I upload another video. Toodaloo!